Swung on, belted. It's a long one. Deep in left center. Back for Jean Frito. Back. He makes a one-handed catch against the bullpen. Oh, doctor.
Fans, stand up and cheer. It's This Week in Baseball's Greatest Plays. If you love amazing stops, then this tape is tops. Fielding at its finest and nothing but highlights. Acrobatics you won't believe.
Griffey going back to the
all the superstars making super plays.
He's got it! Incredible!
And now you can have it all by calling 1-800-524-1122. Your very own copy delivered right to your door for just $19.95. See all your heroes in the non-stop action that fans live for. Excitement around the horn, the ultimate highlight tape. This Week in Baseball's Greatest Plays.
To order your copy for $19.95 plus $4 shipping, call 1-800-524-1122. Use your credit card or send check or money order to this address. Call now, 1-800-524-1122. That's 1-800-524-1122.
Every baseball season is full of pennants won and pennants lost, of players in their glory and others in their twilight, of hopeful springs and forgotten failures. But every fan knows that some things belong only to one season. 1991 was Jim Palmer at age 45 giving his Hall of Fame career one last go. It was Bo Jackson shattering his hip and trying to come back to life with the White Sox. It was the blockbuster trade of Joe Carter and Roberto Alomar that promised the Blue Jays a winner. It was Darryl Strawberry's coming to L.A. that was supposed to revive the Dodgers. It was Bonds and Bonilla's contract squabbles that threatened the Pirates' plans to repeat. It was the Minnesota Twins bidding for a first to go from bottom to top. It was the Atlanta Braves trying to follow suit and finding a new leader in Terry Pendleton. These and all of the stories of an extraordinary season make up Baseball 1991, a video yearbook. The Cincinnati Reds ushered in the 1991 season with a ring ceremony befitting the reigning world champions and including the biggest one they could find. But at opening day ceremonies across the country, a more sobering theme was resonating besides baseball.
On behalf of all the men and women who served in Operation Desert Storm, let me thank all of you for all of your fantastic and tremendous support.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with an extra special ceremonial first pitch, a real Texas hero, the President of the United States.
Yes! Hey, he's got a pretty good arm.
Yeah, he's got a better arm than the President.
Besides paying tribute to the troops, baseball gave a ceremonious welcome to the newest Comiskey Park, which was christened 8 days into the season.
1, 2, 3.
This was the hottest ticket in town, as fans wanted a chance to take part in baseball history.
He's 22 months old, and he already likes baseball. And I want him to say that he was at the first game ever at the new Comiskey Park.
It's sort of like witnessing the birth of a child. It's you're not quite sure what it's going to be, but there's a lot of excitement, and you know there's a great future ahead, and you just hope for the best.
For the White Sox, who won their first 6 games, the best on this day came early when former Governor Jim Thompson tossed out the first pitch. But then Cecil Fielder was just itching to try out the new fences.
That's high in the right field. Sammy goes back. That ball is deep. Sammy on the track, looks up. You can put it on the board.
A 3-run homer by Cecil Fielder, and the Tigers lead it 4-zip.
4-zip eventually became 16-zip. Not exactly the kind of homecoming Sox fans had in mind. Pirates fans sitting through the chill and rain of a mid-April day at Three Rivers Stadium got to see a game that belonged to the archives. It started as a blowout for the Cubs, who had a 7-2 lead going into the bottom of the 8th. But even so, it was folly to write this one off as the Pirates scored 3 times in the 8th. And then in the 9th,
Chicago holding on tightly to a 1-run lead in the 9th. The 3-1 pitch. Varsho swings a ground ball, base hit into right field. Here comes King. He will score to tie the game. What a clutch base hit by the former Cub.
Present Cub Andre Dawson came up in the 11th with the bases loaded and his team up by a run.
There's a long drive. I don't think anybody can get this one. Holy cow! Dawson hits a grand slam, and the Cubs have put this game away.
But Harry spoke too hastily as the Pirates, down by 5 runs for the second time in the game, rallied in the 11th. And then Don Slaught came up with a chance to win it.
The 1-1 pitch. Slaught with a fly ball to center field. Going back is Walton, and the ball is over his head. Bonilla scores. Here comes Bonds. He is being waved in as Walton holds on to the ball. The Pirates have done it. Oh, it's Memorial Day all over again.
For the 2 teams, an 11-run inning. And for the Pirates, shades of things to come. And now, from out of left field, an invisible man. Opening day showers in Atlanta brought out the grounds crew with the tarp, but something was amiss.
There's somebody under the tarp. Look at that. Wow. Here he comes. Not a hair out of place.
Well, the Phillies had so many hairs out of place in April, they were in a tailspin. And no matter what, Nick Leva and company could not get a handle on things.
A wild pitch up on the screen. In comes O'Brien. That comes under the headline of Major Errant Toss.
Wild pitch will move DeCenzo up to third base. Another wild pitch, and that will bring DeCenzo in to score. Wild pitch, there goes DeCenzo to third. The third wild pitch uncorked by Grimsley tonight. Oh, another wild pitch. Oh, a wild pitch on an intentional walk, and the Cubs lead it 2-0.
And as the Phillies' follies continued, in the words of Yogi Berra, it looked like deja vu all over again.
Slammed, and what a grab by Kruk. They get one coming home to score. Is out, and no, he drops the ball. Coming in to score is Langford on the out at second base, and the Cardinals win it as he bowls over Dalton, who had the out, but then the ball was jarred loose.
The month of May opened with Ricky Henderson about to break the all-time stolen base record. On May 1st, with the record holder himself, Lou Brock, on hand to witness the event at the Oakland Coliseum, Ricky got his chance.
Ricky goes, a pitch taken, he's going to have it. He does! Ricky Henderson, no contest, steals third base, jerks the bag from its moorings, and holds it aloft, representing number 939.
Bolstered by 3 seasons in which he collected 100 or more steals, Henderson reached the record total in 1,000 fewer games than it took Brock.
Lou Brock was a symbol of great base stealing, but today I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
It just so happened that Henderson's accomplishment was one of two historic events the same day in May. The night belonged to Nolan Ryan.
And now the only man standing between Nolan Ryan and the 7th career no-hitter is Toronto's second baseman Roberto Alomar. That's it! Number 7 is in the books. The remarkable Ryan has done it again.
In striking out 16 Toronto Blue Jays along the way, the 44-year-old Ryan broke his own record as the oldest pitcher ever to throw a no-hitter. Most remarkable of all was that this no-hitter came 18 years after Ryan's first. What's more, it was his second no-hitter in 2 years. Only this one proved to be even more thrilling.
I'd hoped that I'd get this opportunity in front of my fans here, and I'm just thankful that it worked out. You know, the one thing you don't want to do is disappoint them.
3 weeks later, on May 23rd in Montreal, the Phillies found a little bit of Nolan Ryan in Tommy Green.
Hard ground ball, great grab, Green. It's over. He's pitched a no-hit, no-run game, making the final out himself. Tommy Green, a no-hitter.
Green's gem came in the midst of a Phillies revival, but any hopes they had of contending were dashed when catcher Darren Daulton and star player Lenny Dykstra were badly injured in a car accident. The car belonged to Dykstra, who was charged with drunken driving. Daulton would be sidelined for 6 weeks and Dykstra for 2.5 months. The news was much rosier in Los Angeles when the Dodgers' Orel Hershiser made his long-awaited return.
As expected, a standing ovation for Orel Hershiser at Dodger Stadium.
After missing almost all of last year, Hershiser showed flashes of his old form, and by the end of the season would prove pivotal in the pennant race. On the hitting scene, new leadoff man Brett Butler moved into the big picture right from the start and became a driving force behind LA's first-place lead. Meanwhile, Bobby Valentine's Texas Rangers were contributing to baseball's streakiest season by streaking through May.
Pitch to Gonzalez, a high drive, deep left center. Goodbye.
Now the Rangers on a roll that we have not seen for a while.
That makes it a 10-5 Ranger lead in a 5-run 11th inning. I'm not laughing at anything particular. It just strikes me as ridiculous how hot this team is.
And Munoz goes down swinging. And baseball's hottest team has made it 14 in a row.
The streak ended, but Julio Franco was just getting warmed up. And though the team would later fade, Franco would go on to hit .341 and win the batting crown. And now, from out of left field, a revealing story. Sometimes players leave themselves wide open to wisecracks.
Seen a side of Chris Sabo that you don't ordinarily see, do you?
You know what he's going to do in this at-bat. He's obviously going to fly out. Pops up. I lied. Dave Anderson makes the play in foul ground.
Now, to take care of a more pressing matter and zip up the lips of the guys in the booth. Now you got it. As for flying things of another sort, these guys refuse to scatter.
Well, we have more pigeons landing in front of Trammell. Now there are 4 of them out there.
I figure something must be going on that's good and the whole bunch coming in here.
Here's the 3-2 pitch.
And a liner right at Tram. That scatters him. Tram knocked it down but cannot throw. Unbelievable. You got a ballpark this size, and he lines one right into the pigeons. And away they go.
Matt Sinatra was on third and ready to go. But even with 2 runners on, the Mariners did not like the looks of things.
Now you see the outfield. I mean, any ball hit deeper than where these guys are, it's going to score the guy.
If they can short hop it, the guy at third will have to stay there and tag up or something and not be able to score.
That's into right field, and it's short hop by Barfield. Here comes the throw home. I can't believe it. He got him. Do you believe that?
Prophetic words from Joe Morgan. A perfect throw from Barfield and disbelief from Sinatra.
Baseball, first place.
On May 13th at Wrigley Field, Harry, Skip, and Chip Caray made history at a Braves-Cubs game when father, son, and grandson broadcast the same game side by side by side.
There's the bunt. Runner heads for third. He doesn't even look there. Goes to first. He might have had a play at third base. But Bosky went over to
sacrifice
first.
out of it. Thrown out by Bosky.
Let's see if Bosky slipped when he made this play.
By early June, the Pirates were front and center in the National League East, cruising into the month on a winning streak that grew to 9 games. Barry Bonds emerged from a slow start to gain back his MVP form. Bonds would hit 25 homers and drive in 116 runs. But if he was the heart of Jim Leyland's lineup, Bobby Bonilla was the soul. With his 100 RBIs, the pair was too good to be true. And in June, so were the Pirates. 6 games in front and not a doubt in their minds. The Braves' Otis Nixon was hot to trot in this June game against the Expos.
Runner goes. Strike called, throw. Wrong side of the bag. He's in there. Stolen base for Otis Nixon. The 2-1. Nixon's going. Outside, he steals third unmolested. There he goes. Strike called. Good throw, but he's in there. It's his third stolen base of the day. There he goes. High and tight. Throw to third. He's in there. There he goes. Strike. Safe. He's tied the record, and he's in scoring position with nobody out. There goes Nixon, and he makes it without a throw.
Nixon's 6 stolen bases set a modern National League record. In June, no one could cool down the Minnesota Twins, who fired off a 15-game win streak. Flashing a whole new motto, they were determined to climb from last place to first, no matter the obstacles.
Gilgis, look out! He's down to the 5-yard line. Thought he was going to make it in there for a touchdown, Jim, but Herbeck caught him. Oh, Nelly.
Matt drives it deep to left field on the first pitch, a grand slam, and the Twins lead it 7-0.
Bouncer hit the bag. Holy cow! Oh man, when you're hot, you're hot.
And the lucky number is 13 for the Twins. 14 in a row for the Minnesota Twins. Chopper gloved by Leas. He throws 15 in a row for the Minnesota Twins.
No one was hotter than Chili Davis, the ex-Angel who not only found new life, but gave the powerful Twins even more pop. A team-best 93 RBIs and 29 homers.
Holy cow! Did he hit that? That was a monster.
Jack Morris and Scott Erickson put up monster numbers in the pitching department, which made a huge turnaround. Morris erased any doubts that he was through, collecting 18 wins, 6 of them in June. Erickson came into June red hot, reeling off 12 straight wins, while the Twins went 22-6 for the month and climbed convincingly into first with the best record in the league. In the East, Toronto's big bopper Joe Carter was spinning a little magic of his own. And on the way to a third straight season of 100 RBIs, Carter blasted his way through June with 11 of his 33 home runs.
Carter hits the ball hard into the left field corner. Gone! Home run, Joe Carter.
Uh-oh, you can say goodbye to that one. Was that a hanger or what?
What a hang! Woo!
Full count to Joe Carter.
High and deep
to left field, and that's gone Carter's second home run. I mean, another upper tank job, another no-doubter.
And no doubt Blue Jay fans were delirious. Toronto entered June in second place and finished it in first. And now, from out of left field, a right fielder hot on the stick. Dave Winfield marked his 18th season by reaching 400 home runs and 1,600 RBIs. And on this June night, he had a chance to hit for the cycle for the first time. But with a triple to go, the Royals' ragged pitching staff ran out of pitchers.
No idea who's going to come in. Looks like Bill Pacota's on the mound. I don't know if that means he's going to pitch. I think he is. I think Pacota's going to pitch. Look at him laughing out there. We got a utility player on the mound. Look at this. Oh, baby.
It's not all that unusual anymore in either league. Although for Pecota it's unique. His first pitching appearance in the majors, he kind of gives you that, well, I don't know, let's see what happens looks. And Dave Winfield has a smile. All he says is, look, just throw me a triple. Right center. He's running hard. He's thinking triple. He's got a shot. McRae can't make the catch. Winfield around second, going into third. Oh, is he thrilled? It's a triple. Dave Winfield hits for the cycle.
In a season of impressive achievements, Terry Pendleton and the Atlanta Braves were in the midst of a rare one, going from last place to first. Even when things went wrong, they turned out right, like the night Bobby Cox went to talk to his reliever. But then, forgetting the rules, pitching coach Leo Mazzoni also paid a visit.
1 ball, no strikes. That one was over Grissom's head. Olsen to the mound. Leo Mazzoni comes out. Wait a minute. This is a second visit.
Yes, it is. That's it, and they forgot, and that is
there's nobody in
big, gigantic foul up.
There's nobody in the bullpen. This is the second visit by the Braves. Bobby Cox went out, you'll recall, before DeShields hit to talk to what they were going to do there. And now the Braves have no one in the bullpen. And it's a second visit out of the dugout, and that means Juan Berenguer is out of this game.
Yes, he is.
And that's just a mistake.
Because of the blunder, Mike Stanton was forced into the game without getting a chance to warm up in the bullpen.
Well, Mike Stanton can make a lot of people breathe easier if he can get Grissom. Line drive right field. Justice is there. Nothing to this game.
Not for this year's Braves. They won the game, and after facing one batter, Stanton got the win. Now to a June wedding that was supposed to take place at home plate in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But when the Rangers called, the groom had to get married on his way to the major leagues.
Ivan Rodriguez. Well, he just got married this morning.
Yes, he did. That's a great story about him. He's got his honeymoon night tonight as well as his major league debut.
Gore takes off. There's the throw by Rodriguez. Oh, wow.
There's the runner going, and he is a dead duck. Whoa. Well, this Rodriguez can some kind of throw.
Seems the bride isn't the only one who thinks Ivan is quite a catch. Welcome to Canada for the 1991 All-Star Game, held this year in Toronto's Showcase Ballpark, Skydome.
We made it!
We finally made it, man. 20 years. 20 years.
Being among the chosen few is an honor for any player, but it's also great fun meeting up with old friends or just mingling with other stars. But this year, the star that outshined every other was Baltimore's Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr. Day before, he turned the All-Star Home Run Contest into a one-man bash.
Let's go, Rip. One may win it. Let's go. Oh! Hey, he won it.
Ripken would hit 34 homers during the season, but none of them could compete with this exhibition. contest by a landslide, Ripken hit 12 of 22 pitches for home runs. But while Ripken hit the most, Cecil Fielder hit the longest. 2 of Fielder's home runs traveled more than 450 feet, a shower of power that dazzled every other All-Star. When it came time for the All-Star game, the spotlight once again shined down on Cal Ripken, up at the plate with runners on first and second and swinging one hot bat.
Hit it hard somewhere. Come on, Cal.
Let's go, Rip. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Wings on the run, forget it! Yeah!
The shortstop, who hasn't missed a regular season game in almost 10 years, didn't miss a chance to lead the Americans to their 4th consecutive win.
This one obviously had the most success and it was the most fun. The home running contest, I surprised myself. Coming into the game, swinging the bat well, again, I surprised myself. It was a fun game. I'll always remember this game.
The All-Star break saw the Toronto Blue Jays in front by 5.5. In the West, the champion A's were slipping, and there were a couple of surprises at the top. The Pirates led by 2.5, but that's as close as it would get. And in the West, the Braves were about to make some noise. But before baseball went to the pennant races, it took another midsummer stop to Cooperstown for the annual Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. This year's newest immortals were Gaylord Perry, Rod Carew, and Ferguson Jenkins. As the first Canadian to enter the Hall of Fame, Jenkins won 20 or more games 6 consecutive times and ranks 9th all-time in strikeouts. Carew was a magician with a bat. He hit 300 or better 15 times, became one of 16 players in history to have 3,000 hits, and he retired with a batting average of .328. Gaylord Perry had a style and substance all his own. He threw a no-hitter, won 314 games, and never stayed put.
San Francisco of the National League, 1962 to 1971. Cleveland of the American League, 1972 to 1975. Texas of the American League, 1975, 1977, and again 1980. San Diego of the National League, 1978 to 1979. New York of the American League, 1980. Atlanta of the National League, 1981. Seattle of the American League, 1982-83. And finally, Kansas City of the American League, 1983. The man just could not hold a job.
Bob Malacky, facing the Oakland A's, was part of pitching history on July 13th.
Well, that one was headed for a base hit. That was going up the middle.
Boy, that nailed him, too. He got every bit of it.
Malacky had to leave the game in the 6th and handed off his no-hitter to 3 successors, Mike Flanagan, Mark Williamson, and finally, Greg Olson.
Very strange role to be in. How many guys try to save a no-hitter?
Got to have a little bit of a butterfly going somewhere here.
That's it. Greg Olson completes the relay no-hitter. 4 men.
Montreal's Mark Gardner tried to jump on the no-hit bandwagon in late July in a game against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
A squibbler on the ground. Wallach with a bare hand pickup. What a play! Now trying for third is a Dodger runner. He's out at third. What a double play by the Expo.
Gardner took his no-hitter into the last of the 10th inning when Lenny Harris came up with nobody out.
Tough chance. That'll be the first Dodger hit of the game.
So much for Gardner's no-hitter, and moments later, so much for the victory.
Lines the ball down the left side. Base hit, and the game is over. The Dodgers win 1-0. Oh, there is no justice tonight for Mark Gardner.
2 days later, Montreal teammate Dennis Martinez whipped up an assortment of unhittable stuff against these same Dodgers. In bidding to join a select group of only 11 others, Martinez tried for something even better than a no-hitter.
Dennis Martinez ready, and the 1-2 pitch popped in the air to center field. Going deep on it is Marcus Grissom. He's got it on the track. On this 28th of July, 1991, Dennis Martinez has reached the ultimate, a perfect game against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nothing scratchy, nothing fluky. It was a masterpiece.
And now, from out of left field, a lullaby. Let it be said that napping on the job is not a private matter, not with a camera keeping a watchful eye.
There's Frank Viola sitting next to the security guard that is fast asleep, but not now. Tony, we caught you. That's Tony.
These days, the camera catches just about anyone doing just about anything.
Well, what do you do when your team is ahead 8-0? There's no more tension, no more drama left in the season. You take up bowling. Craig Biggio. All right.
David Cone waiting on his teammates. It's a nice touch.
Well, if you're weak defensively, that might get it done.
Well, where was that sucker 20 years ago when I could have used it?
How do you get cream and sugar?
Oh, a manicure between innings. We have a break right here. Let's pause for a manicure.
And this game getting more and more like cricket, where they stop the game to have tea.
Pasquale's still letting Julio know exactly what he thinks about his stance.
That's a pretty good imitation. There's our cameraman, Chevy. Watch this. Rex Hudler's been known to pull a prank or two, but Chevy's getting them. Those are sunflower seeds.
We have a new cameraman working the low first. It's Charlie Hayes. He's not real comfortable with the zoom yet. Kind of in, backs it up a little bit.
That's Mariano Duncan.
Police walkie-talkie.
Communicating with somebody at headquarters.
That looks like something out of a horror movie.
It's all right for one guy to do that, but when you got guys watching intently, you're in deep trouble.
Look at this. Look at this.
Brace yourselves, folks. Presenting greatest plays from the season. Counting down from number 10.
That one up the middle. Oh, great grab by Grayman. And look at that double play. Oh, there's a bunt, and it looks good. Aguilera tags him out.
Now Bernie lifts one into right center field. A long run for McRae, and the ball slicing away from him. He makes a diving catch. What a catch.
There's a shot right through the legs of Sutton. Great stop by Dunston to get him. Oh, what a play.
Ken Griffey on the run at the wall. He leaps and makes a spectacular catch.
A pop-up, Vaughn, a tough play. He runs hard into the tarp. Went over the tarp. Did he catch it? He did. What a play by Mo Vaughn.
Fly ball down left field line. What a play by Rex Hudler.
Barfield's got a beat on it, and he's got it. Davis tags.
Look at this. Here comes the throw, and holy cow, what a throw. Unbelievable. Barfield.
Shallow center could be trouble. Bill Ripken with a dive, and he makes an incredible catch. You'll never see a better one than that. Unbelievable.
Mack drives this to deep left center. Devereaux back. Looking. This has a chance, and it is caught by Devereaux.
Those Major League great plays were tough to beat. But now feast your eyes and ears on this almost great play from the minor leagues. That courtesy of Vancouver Canadian Rodney McRae, who landed safe and reasonably sound. Meanwhile, the Phillies, who were down and out in April, got hot in August. Lenny Dykstra was back in the lineup, and he helped get the recycled Phillies so revved up, they fired off the National League's longest winning streak of the season.
Bounces to Hayes. Nice play by Charlie. Comes up with the bounce. Make it 13.
Dykstra had been a big part of the winning streak, but in late August, his all-out style of play cost the Phillies badly.
In the air to deep right center field, and Dykstra, great running catch to end the inning. And I think he hurt himself crashing into the fence. Oh, no.
Dykstra broke his collarbone again and would be gone for the rest of the season. On August 11th, Lance Johnson's glove came to the rescue of teammate Wilson Alvarez, who was trying to make history in his second Major League start.
There's a looper. Lance Johnson coming on. Yes! What a play by Lance Johnson!
Watch the diving, backhand stab. Whoa, it doesn't get any better than that.
Johnson's catch saved the no-hitter, and then with 2 outs in the 9th,
yes!
Alvarez no-hitter turned out to be the high point of the White Sox season, pulling them within a game of first, but they would never draw any closer. In fact, they lost 13 of their next 15. The low point coming when Brett Saberhagen turned the no-hit tables on them.
Fans come to their feet as is Big Frank Thomas. 2 out, top of the 9th, a no-hitter at stake. Curveball hit right to Terry Shepard. He's going to get it. Brett Saberhagen pitches the first no-hitter of his career as he shuts out the Sox 7-0.
One of the season's 7 official no-hitters. In August, the Detroit Tigers were in 7th heaven, still in the race and still full of surprises. They were headed for a Major League leading 209 homers. 44 of those home runs belonged to Cecil Fielder, whose power was in a class all its own.
Oh, look at this! Forget it. That might be out of the whole stadium.
It may be.
It is! They went out everywhere, right on over the top.
Cecil Fielder with a monstrous home run. What a blast!
For a team that was supposed to go nowhere, Detroit went so far as to tie for first in late August, but just when they thought they were Toronto's only rivals, the Red Sox emerged from an 11.5-game deficit and in 6 weeks pulled within a half game of first. They came together behind Roger Clemens, who won 6 straight decisions and led the Sox back into the race. And now, from out of left field, an old-fashioned story. Hey, what's this pitcher doing with a bat?
And here comes Dave Jeffcoat. Hey, that's how Babe Ruth started out, right? Well, he was a great left-handed pitcher.
Since the Rangers had a 12-1 lead against Milwaukee in the 9th, they did away with the designated hitter and let the pitcher, Mike Jeffcoat, try his hand with a bat.
Fly ball, shallow left field. On comes Vaughn. A dive. He can't get it. In to score Petrelli. On to second with the RBI double by Jeffcoat.
Who needs the DH? Don Mattingly's bosses said he needed a haircut, but after refusing and getting benched, he went back to work.
Don Mattingly. It's a very large ovation from the fans here, and he still has all his hair.
But 2 days later, Mattingly agreed to a trim in what became the most talked about haircut in Major League memory. Now to ballpark sights, like this one at Memorial Stadium. Of course, this kind of sighting is a bit more unusual. Fact is, you never know what you'll see at the ballpark.
High pop, left side foul. Caminetti chasing it. Has he got a play? He runs into the security guard.
We tried letting him swing away. Now he's going to bunt. There, do you have the signs? Mercedes. He's going to try for third. And he will
by Vaughn. The throw to second base, into left field, and going down to third base. And safely, the ball bobbled in left field. He's coming around, and the throw not in time. The Yankees lead it 1-0.
Now to Mattingly. He'll step on the bag, and now they'll have to get the tag, and he's safe. He got in there, but Lewis thinks he's out. Espinosa doesn't realize it, and
double play, folks. Wow.
Broken bat. Look out! The bat hit the ball. The ball had gotten off the glove when the outer half of the bat, which snapped in two, hit the ball a second time.
The hidden ball trick.
These days, you can run, but you can't hide. By September, the battle cry in Atlanta was in full force. The Braves were bona fide contenders, with a first-place tie to prove it. And in the electrifying atmosphere of Fulton County Stadium, fans hailed their Chiefs with a tomahawk chop.
We like the tomahawk thing. I get all psyched up, and our players do too, and the fans have really caught on to that.
And the fans are really stirred up here with the tomahawk chop. First place with one little throw. Yes! The Braves are enjoying this. They're in a pennant race.
And the pitch. Flung on fly ball deep left field. Nixon back. He's got it. Worker, Wallers, and Pena in a no-hitter.
And here go the Tomahawks, and they won't quit until the Braves leave the field.
Welcome to the 30-30 club again, Ronnie Gant.
Surrounded by a core of bright young stars, Terry Pendleton stabilized the infield, and on the way to a batting title, helped bring the Braves from 9.5 games back at the All-Star break. Much of the young talent centered on Dave Justice, who, despite missing more than 50 games, still hit 27 home runs. With talent like that symbolizing the new Braves, they refused to falter, even when Otis Nixon was suspended in mid-September for violating baseball's drug policy. Nixon had collected a team record 72 steals. But while Atlanta was hanging tough, their chief rivals, the Los Angeles Dodgers, were cool and collected now that Darryl Strawberry was well in the groove. If the Dodgers couldn't outgun the Braves, they could at least keep on winning, and Strawberry was the man to see that they did.
25 homers, 94 RBIs. Uh-oh. They get 26 home runs. Bam!
The Williams shift on Strawberry. 1-1 doing Darryl. That's how you beat it in the gap in right center field. It is way back. Goodbye, home run. The straw is stirring again.
It's all over. The Dodgers have won it. They remain a game ahead of the Braves.
A game ahead with 6 games to go. In the midst of the pennant races, Bo Jackson came back to baseball. After a summer of rigorous rehabilitation on his hip, Bo did what a lot of people said he never would do. And though he was rusty for the first couple of weeks, on September 17th, he finally cut loose. Very loose.
He hammers this one way back. Oh, gone! Home run, Jackson! Yes!
The ball traveled more than 400 feet, but the distance might have said a lot more about how far Bo had come. While fans at Comiskey hailed the return of Bo, Pirates fans at Three Rivers Stadium couldn't wait to celebrate a division title.
Chamberlain at third, 2 down here in the 9th inning. The fans anticipating this final out. The crowd will let you know what happens on this hitter. Struck him out, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are the National League Eastern Division champions for the 2nd year in a row.
The Pirates were never in doubt. They held first place in late April and never let go. As for the quiet and intense Jim Leland, the clinch was a chance to loosen up.
I'll be having a fling with a pretty young thing till early morning. Tomorrow I'll wake up with you on my mind.
Meanwhile, in Toronto, the Minnesota Twins pinned their clinching hopes on Jack Morris.
Now 2-2, and a little tapper in front of the mound. And the Minnesota Twins have gone from last to a tie for the American League West.
When the second-place White Sox lost the next day, the Twins were assured of the title.
Way to go. Good
job. And now, from out of left field, turning the power back on. When Jim Gantner came to bat against Oakland in this September game, home run was the last thing on his mind.
Gantner hits one deep to right. Is this going to be his first homer? It is indeed.
And Jim Gantner, after 1,762 at-bats, gets his next home run, and the crowd's going wild.
It was Gantner's first home run since June 14th, 1987. And just to make sure his drought was over, Gantner came up 3 days later against the Angels, and again he cut loose.
Hit well to right. Stevens back at the track, backing up, and it's gone! Jim Gantner with his second home run this week. This is a great game, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Braves fans might have said the same when Atlanta Falcon Deion Sanders moonlighted as an Atlanta Brave.
After signing back with the Braves for the rest of the season yesterday, today he was named the NFL's Defensive Player of the Week.
And he got a helicopter ride to get here. Swung and missed. There he goes. Safe.
Typical day for a ball player. You spend the first 5 or 6 hours at football practice in the NFL, then you take a helicopter to the ballpark and steal your 10th base of the year in the 9th inning of a tie game.
In Montreal, the Expos got their last 3 outs of a game on this triple play. In a season full of the unusual, it seemed as though every time you turned around, someone was turning 3.
Caminetti to third, and the second, and it is a triple play!
Runners are breaking. Line drive.
Triple play.
Triple play. A line drive. Triple play.
Hot ground ball right to Martinez. Top. Triple play time. Reynolds to O'Brien. Triple play. My, oh my.
Alfredo with a foul down the right side. Sims moving over, and he'll make the catch. Tagging Sharperson to throw to third. They're going to get him by plenty. Nobody at second, they go there! And a triple play! Hello!
And the pitch on the way to Clark, and there's a ground ball to third. Grabbed by Zeal, touches third to second. We got a triple play! I don't believe it!
Edgar Martinez, Harold Reynolds for one. Double play to the plate. It's a triple play.
October Madness in Toronto as the Blue Jays made history with the biggest attendance of any team ever. It turned out to be a jackpot day for the Blue Jays, who gave their fans the best reward of all.
Nobody out. Winning run on third. Base hit. Blue Jays win the East. Let the celebration begin.
In a personal triumph, Cardinal reliever Lee Smith wrote his name into the history books.
2 on, 2 out. 9th inning. Lee Smith bears down. Bounce towards the middle of the infield. Ozzie over. He makes the throw. He got him! And Lee Smith has nailed down the save. His 46th of the year. He sets a new National League record.
Meanwhile, in their quest to make history, the Braves were in Cincinnati on October 1st, just 1 game back. But Charlie Leibrandt got rocked for 6 runs in the first inning. Still, the Braves refused to surrender and forged their way back.
High drive center field. Back goes Duncan. Back goes Duncan. Still going at the wall. It's off the wall. Runners all over the place. They're two men at third base. Nobody at first. Now a runner tries to score. He is safe at the plate. The other man reaches third. Oh, what a break for Atlanta. What a wacky play. It might be our year, folks. It might be our year. There's a fly ball deep right field. Back goes O'Neill. He's at the wall. Braves lead. Braves lead. Braves lead.
And who better to hold the lead than Atlanta's newfound closer, Alejandro Pena? Strike three and one game back. The next day, Tom Glavine completed a sweep of the Reds and became the first major leaguer to win 20. The victory gave the Braves a chance to go into a tie. With the pressure on, L.A. took the first two games against the Padres, but then ran into a barrage of infield hits that made for a 6-run inning, and the loss brought the Dodgers into the final weekend all tied up. Friday night in Atlanta, the Braves took advantage of 4 Houston errors and won the game. With the win already in the books, this put the pressure on the Dodgers out in San Francisco. There, L.A. ran into trouble, lost to the Giants. And so with a 1-game lead going into Saturday's game, the Braves had a chance to clinch.
And a line drive past the shortstop Cedeno into left field. Lonnie Smith coming around will score as the throw comes in, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. Ron Gant, who hits a drive deep to left field, and it's way back. It's upstairs, home run, Ron Gant.
Inching closer to their impossible dream, the Braves took a 3-run lead into the ninth.
And here's a fly ball hit to right field. This may do it. Justice is back. It's over. The Braves win it.
The Braves had clinched at least a tie for the division title. All that was left now was for the Braves and their fans to see if the Giants could eliminate the Dodgers.
Robbie Thompson gets to it. In Atlanta, let the celebration begin.
David Cone ended the New York Mets season in Philadelphia with an exclamation. In striking out 19 batters, Cone joined Steve Carlton and Tom Seaver in tying the National League record for most strikeouts in a game. The game turned out to be doubly special as Howard Johnson also topped the charts.
Johnson gets an RBI, so he now has the leadership at 117.
Add to the RBI title, a league-leading 38 home runs plus 30 steals puts Hojo in the 30-30 club for the third time. On the season's final day in Baltimore, fans and players said their goodbyes to Memorial Stadium. After 38 years, the Orioles were leaving for a new home, closer to downtown. But this wasn't the only farewell in Baltimore that day.
Thank you, Paul Carey, and hi again, everybody. It's been a wonderful association, Paul, with you, and we're ready to go. The pitch is a strike called on Tyler.
After 31 years, it was farewell to Ernie Harwell.
Lo, the summer is past. The race is over and gone. The leaves are beginning to turn. The time of the song of the birds is gone. And this voice of the Tigers is no longer heard in this land. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
Down on the field, another tender goodbye. The American League playoffs opened in Minnesota, where the Twins, cheered on by 55,000 fans and a sea of Homer Hankies, won their 7th straight postseason game at home. But the Metrodome magic wore off in Game 2 as the Twins caved in to Blue Jays pitching. But in Toronto, for Game 3, the Blue Jays lost their momentum.
And he hits a fly ball to right field. Going back is Carter, jumping, and it is off the wall. And Carter comes up limping. He jammed his foot, and going into third base with a triple is Shane Mack. And Carter is down.
Joe Carter's injury proved costly, and in the 10th, so did this pinch hit.
Line drive deep to right field. Going back is Ducey. It's gone. A home run for Mike Pagliarulo. And the Twins lead it 3-2.
Behind playoff MVP Kirby Puckett, the Twins did what they do best, hit. They slammed 13 hits to win Game 4, stormed back from 3 runs down in Game 5. Rick Aguilera came on in the 9th and took care of the rest.
Fly ball to left field. Dan Gladden is going back on the track. He makes the catch. And the Minnesota Twins have gone from the cellar to the penthouse in the American League.
The Pirates opened the National League playoffs against Atlanta with a bang thanks to Andy Van Slyke. In Game 2, the Braves got even with Pittsburgh, and when the series moved to Atlanta for Game 3, the Braves pounded the Pirates to take the series lead. Whatever dreams Atlanta had in Game 4 turned sour when Mike LaValliere came up in the 10th.
And a hit, and the Pirates take the lead. LaValliere on 0-2. Drives home a run.
And the Pirates tied the series at 2 wins apiece. Runs were hard to come by in Game 5, a fact David Justice knew all too well.
And that's a hit. And we've got a play. Bonds can throw, but he double bumps. 1-0 Atlanta. But I think he missed third base. He missed third base, and they're going to call him out.
The Pirates went on to win, but they still couldn't muster any offense back home as Steve Avery shut them out in Game 6. Then, in the 9th, Atlanta found a hero in Greg Olson.
And that's fair. And Atlanta finally scores. And they take the lead here in the 9th inning.
Atlanta's victory forced Game 7. There, the Braves came out swinging early.
2 out. Into the corner, and is it going to stay fair? It is a home run, and it's 3-0.
And after shutting out the Pirates for the 3rd time in Pittsburgh, the Braves ended their last-to-first journey.
And to the first baseman under. And that's it for Atlanta. They won last night. They won this evening. And John Smoltz has pitched Atlanta into the World Series.
The series opened in Minnesota, and it didn't take long for the Metrodome Hex to start working on the Braves. In the first 2 games, everything went Minnesota's way. Never more so than on this critical play between Ron Gant and Kent Herbeck in Game 2. But when the series moved to Atlanta, the Braves rallied back.
Lemke hits it into left field. Here comes Justice. Save! And Atlanta wins it. That's going to be a winner for Atlanta. The runner tags at third. Here's the throw from Mack. Here's Lemke. He is safe.
In 3 thrilling games, the Braves swept the Twins at home and went back to Minnesota up 3 games to 2. Once back in the Dome, Kirby Puckett almost single-handedly evened the series.
He corks it to left center and chased by Puckett. He caught it! Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Game 7 turned into an excruciating pitcher's duel in which neither team could score for 9 innings. Then, in the bottom of the 10th, Dan Gladden was on third with 1 out. Gene Larkin up.
The Twins are going to win the World Series. The Twins have won it. It's a base hit. It's a 1-0
A fabulous finish to a season of special moments from first to last.
There goes number 400, and he does it at home.
And that is Jeff Reardon's 300th Major League save.
He's got this one. Number 40 for Jose.
Oh, Molitor, his second home run, and just the 4th Brewer in history to hit for the cycle.
Slide to left field. This could be that cycle we're talking about. There goes Thompson around first, and he just got himself a unique feat. A single, a double, a triple, and a home run. He hit for the cycle. They ought to save the baseball.
Here's a fella here who can do something that's hard to do, the cycle.
Well, he hits one deep to center. Back is McGriddles. Out of here. A home run for Langford. Wow.
The cycle.